everybody, today we're trying something a little bit different. My voice just cracked there. Keep that in. Because the goats at Top Deck Heroes just posted one of their usual proxy play fights, and it happens to be Liscafael versus Direful Dolls, aka, as you guys know, two of my biggest decks recently. So, I thought we'd do a live reaction, breakdown, whatever you want to call it, video on the match. Let me know if you like this style of reaction thing, and I'll try to put some more up in the future. Of course, shouts to the creators. You know I'm always hyping up Top Deck Heroes on the channel. So before the match begins, they did actually post the decks they're featuring here on Twitter. So let's go ahead and take a look at the builds. We see Liscafael here, normal rad line. It looks like they're using this Regalis piece will let you either draw cards and counter charge. That is not a bad idea here. You are going to be getting a counter charge off of the little drag girl here, but if not, resources is always good. The draw 2 is always nice to help you refill things because you're green on, you're always eating fuel here. This looks kind of standard. I'm a little sad here. If you guys saw my proxy game, I was running 2 of this. I don't really like her at all in this build just because she strives on you having a board you can bounce back. You're never going to have a board you can bounce back because of Liscafael. I mean, it's just a good early game beater. I prefer the new one that came out of EB3, whatever number we're on, we'll put on there, just because it's soul charges and stuff, but I'll go more into that when I do a deck breakdown. Standard re-stander, standard the counter charger. This order is new. This is a check top 3 color card. Always nice because once again you need to fill field. There's a couple other options you can do without the order, but this is very good in the showcase new card. So, new card. You saw the video on it. This basically lets you take your soul, put it back to hand. Absolute 4 of. Can't wait to grab a set of these. Then we've got our Cycler of Choice to deck, which not bad. I'd say you run either one of them, but Liscafael does need the energy and your soul actually kind of doesn't matter, so soul's fine there. And let's see, trigger lineup. Pretty normal looking. Interested in the Nyx Azalea. I would personally run the normal OT in this deck, but I mean, it's a free heal and call, which is always good, especially for the multi-attack in this, because you get normally 5 attacks, I believe, but up to 6 with this, so good there. Alright, so look at dolls. We got, oh, they're just using both the new ones. I'm going to showcase the new one, so I can't complain about that. I would personally always run Dark Shade, so just having the crit is super good, especially when Android himself doesn't provide much pressure. So having the Dark Shade OT in there just makes your Vanguard always lethal, especially with the triple drive. Of course, the girls. Philip, I'm mad at you. You only have 1 framer. Just run 4 framers, that's the waifu. We got 2 new cards featured in here. This one, I'm not the biggest fan of yet. It's a top 5 search, which it's nice, it gives you early game, but it also costs Counterblast, which this deck uses a lot of. This is the best card. I know I haven't done a video on set 5 Direful yet, but this is a counter charger that lets you put cards back in your deck so you don't have to deck out with your constant triple drive. This is the best card. This one's also pretty good. Just the cycle. It's like, you've heard me talk about dolls before. 2 cats is interesting. I mean, I've personally been running 1 to 2 of them because it is a counter charger. I don't know if we're gonna need that anymore with a new counter charger, since you could effectively go off 1 CB turns with until this exists. So whatever. Otherwise, it looks pretty standard. They're running the Witch Engine. Trigger lineup looks correct. Okay, let's go ahead and dive on into the match.
More other stuff support. So
that's probably good. I'm gonna fix it in a second.
It kind of works. It kind of doesn't. We'll see what happens. Ain't that right, John?
You won the practice game we did, and I still don't know Direful Dolls all that well, so.
You should. It's a complicated deck.
If you see a giant bind zone, that's my guarding potential. I'm gonna have triple drive. I call stuff out of soul. It's a nice little joke.
You don't give anything crit. You don't restand.
That doesn't matter. You're constantly creating board. You get multiple attacks off it, and yeah, you generate triple drive every turn. The crit doesn't matter. The crit would matter if you run the correct routine this deck.
Please stand by.
I have to change this deck. It's like the one thing I saw before I started this.
It's not even the matchup. Like, Andrew really does need a little bit more help in hand size. Like, it's got guarding potential. It just needs a little bit more help in hand size.
I'm a serious Vanguard player.
I agree. I kind of agree with Philip here in the fact that he's trying to get more hand size. As you saw on the deck list, he's not running draws, which I agree with. You do not run draws because you're constantly triple driving. However, you are constantly triple driving as long as you're able to call soul out, so that shouldn't matter too much. Your hand advantage of this deck comes from the fact that you don't need to ever have a hand just because you're able to guard from bind zone. So effectively, you have 2 hands at all points in time, the bind zone and the normal hand. And I guess if you count the drop zone and soul, you have up to 4 hands in this deck. So hand size is a bit weird in Direful Dolls because you don't always rely on the hands. You just need it if you don't have soul ready.
You'll see when you look back on the video.
Oh God! Why you got? Why you?
I'm filling up airtime while you're busy switching your decks.
All right, I just realized I wasn't playing an optimal deck. Now I'm not playing an optimal deck, and you're being an idiot.
We'll see.
Difference is I can't turn the idiot.
So I haven't made my
off
set 5 build yet, so I'm not sure if
Solid
it's
player.
let's see some action.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to their ads real quick. This is 50 cards ad. 100% user code for 50 cards.
Oh, yes.
Look how well produced this is.
Top deck heroes.
This is why these guys are amazing. They have proxy cards like the actual well produced ad for their just card code. That said, whilst is playing, I obviously do not have 50 cards code yet because I'm not cool enough. 50 cards, shout out, hit me up if I ever get enough subs or whatever. But because of that, I am of course going to right here shout out my page on TCG Player. Go ahead and check it out if you need some card stuff that's not this. And yeah, helps out the channel. I'm not even going to play Ko-Fi this time. Even though I just did. There we go. And I'm kind of hoping for Liscafael to go first here.
Hey, that's a
Or second, I guess.
I get to finally fucking pick it. I'm gonna make you go first for once.
Okay.
Oh, hi, hand.
Interesting here. So actually, on both sides, for both players, you do want Direful Dolls to go first here. Direful going second means that you are automatically going to see your opponent be at grade 3. It's kind of their fake way of having a divine skill is that they just like to call cards out of soul equal to the opponent's grade. So him being at grade 3 second means that he's going to be able to call 3 cards out of soul, which will unlock his triple drive. So that's really good for that effect only. And I guess like it does keep Liscafael out of its own divine skill for a turn, which is right. Liscafael's grade 1 to grade 2 interaction basically encourages a grade 1 rush turn because you can soul charge from field. And like I said, Direful, while you do miss out on the triple drive for a turn, that's fine. It gives you early access to guard. Because of that, both players actually want Liscafael to go second. I will always go first with Android off the rip. Not even think about it. Oh no, you missed out on a turn of triple drive. However, you get a lot more value out of it, being that you're able to get more guard potential. And if you have this set up for it anyways, you still get 4 attack turn. Because the grade 2 multi-attacker does not care about grade. She only cares about grade for the sake of getting a plus 10. Interesting call here. I guess it's an advantage. We'll see. I would personally just gone first off the rip.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. One back. Oh, wait a minute. Holy
That's fine.
shit. Wait a minute.
Why is nothing ever good for me?
This could work.
That's a little better.
Oh, this could work.
I don't like this screen size for yes. It forces you to be in this frame.
You okay there, John?
No, my deck keeps giving me the perfect hand to start with, but I have to discard shit to ride, so it's not helpful.
You don't.
I'm sorry.
No, this is the hand I
Let's
want.
go Liscafael's entire ride line. You just get your cards back off.
On turn 1.
You're really discarding.
Well, let's see if it gets any better. Ready?
Yep.
Stand up. The
Stand up.
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
On you.
Draw. Okay, I can get rid of that. Ditch. 2 ride. Make crest.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't need multiple orders.
I gotta do basically similar things of sacrificing certain cards in hand, so we're gonna sacrifice
You don't.
the Counter Charger to ride.
You don't. I'm sorry. You pause again. Let's fill up. You never minus in Direful Dolls. Anything you put in Soul, anything you put in Drop, goes right back to Soul. Anything you put in Soul can be called. Anything you called could go to Bind Zone. Anything you bind can go back to Drop Zone and go back to Soul. It's a giant loop. One of the reasons that Direful is so good is that every resource does everything. That's why I said you have 4 hands at the beginning. So whatever. Drops the Counter Charger. That's fine. We'll just get it back as long as he's playing the correct combos correctly. This should be very boring first few turns, I'm guessing. The new deck really has a game. I guess Direful has one now because you can turn 2 stuff.
Yeah, but you can pull some from Soul, and your stuff never is gone.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
True, but I
Direful has no minus in zone.
They're gone. They're done.
Draw a card. See, that's not a good card.
Agreeable.
Yeah, just an 58 the Vanguard. Nothing too special.
No guards.
Yeah, turn 2 is where you can start popping off. There you go. He has a piece. And that card is basically going to make your first 2 discards for ride lines.
And draw.
Since you let these 2
discard.
cards,
Charge 3. Vanguard skill.
put back in soul.
Draw.
As long as you discard in there, Direful
Soul.
goes around.
Gets +5.
I'll be honest, I don't like the fact that you put a friend set in Soul. That tells me everything.
15
is something.
to Vanguard.
No guard, man, no guard.
Yeah, that way will let some rush.
No triggers.
Okay, so
That's a persona, right? That's gonna be a dangerous turn 4. Hey, over trigger. Shit.
If I make it to turn 4.
I actually wanted the damage.
Like I said, Direful can do a turn 2 game, but one that turn 2 plays is the new grade 2, which does need a counter blast, so we'll see. I'm trying to remember. He didn't run multiple of the grade 2 for the ride line. I personally think you always run multiple of the grade 2 for the ride line, just because it's a free card and takes your. Well, you'll see it in like 2 turns with on play skill, but this is why I always run the grade 2 to the ride line, just because it's a free plus it gives you stuff to do on turn 2.
Alright, I mean, fine. We'll get the over trigger out of the way, I guess.
I actually wanted the damage.
It does nothing though.
Okay, never mind. Apparently it fixed
You don't need
itself.
to avoid that.
Yeah, we're gonna discard this grade 2.
See, it's free.
Not that grade 2. Sorry. We're gonna discard the multi-attack grade 2.
It's literally free, whatever you discard.
Alright. We're gonna look at top 7.
Just boost the grade 1 that you check, and you get that right back in soul.
6, 7. Get 2 really fucking good pieces into soul.
That's fine. Hold on, I gotta go back to those ripples.
Right now. Look at top 7. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There.
5.
There. No, not Angel.
7.
Okay. So he puts what, the counter charge remaining soul? Yeah, that'll be my choice. If you have the Witch ready, you could put a crit in soul, just to get that ready for the cycle. But right here, we're putting a counter charger and the card that takes 2 cards and drops it back in soul. Absolutely correctly. As you saw, like another one of your grade 2 V-Stander or best girl in there.
Angel, are you autopiloting right now?
It's not autopilot. Just go with that.
And then the only thing we actually will do is call this grade 1 back here.
Correct.
And say
that's all you do. Let's get another copy of the grade 2. That's all you do.
Try check. It's another multi-attacker. Sure.
He said, because Ishi's girls does cost 3 energy, he's going to be going turn 3 with 6 energy ready. That's just enough to pop both those. He's going to put these 2 back in soul right now and have it ready. Call the other one next turn. All he needs to do is have like anything decent soul to recall, and he's up for 5 attack turn. So, absolutely correct player here.
At the end of the battle that it boosted, since I do have a Direful Doll Vanguard, I can bind this and put these 2.
Second grade 3 line off.
Stand, charge, draw. Ditch another trigger. To ride. We'll start with blast 3, draw, soul charge 1.
That's a good piece.
We'll start with order for turn. Caliburn, I'll draw 2.
Nice.
Yeah, I like Caliburn here.
Call friend set to rear.
It has to be like either Caliburn or the whichever. Just so
Melania to rear, I won't activate her ability.
Alright.
Yeah. Agreed. So Linnea, if you guys don't remember, I'm trying to remember the cost on it off the top of my head, but it's basically let you take a card from soul, not counting her, and add it back to your hand. Liscafael does need 6 soul at the beginning just for her divine skill or whatever. That's the only time you ever need to have 6 soul. Ever. So as long as you're generating it every turn, which right now he's, I want to say at 5 soul probably. Yeah, ride line. Each ride line soul charges 1. So he's at minimum 5 soul, which means he only needs to eat 1 card to go to divine skill. When you activate Liscafael's other skill, you soul charge 2, so there's a +2 right there. Taking 1 card out automatically keeps you at 6 again, so you're absolutely fine activating. There's no reason not to activate this card at any point in time. Maybe like you're waiting on it to hit a better resource, but at that point, why do you call it there? I don't know.
Call Abelina to rear.
That's still a good
turn. Yeah, he's gonna have 4.
I only have 2 counterblast.
That's fine, you just need
I
1.
don't have a countercharger right now.
Yeah, you only need 1 counterblast this turn.
Yeah. Scuffel's so you go off 1 counter charge in turn.
Oh no, I'm gonna damage deny you at 2?
Plus I have shit in hand. Let me play, God. Fine. Divine Intervention. I'll counterblast 1 using Alina's ability.
There you go.
Add this friend set to my hand.
Why do you want the friend set?
Yes.
This is bad.
Okay.
That was a good soul charge.
I'm frustrated. All right.
From what? You have a really good setup. Okay, cool.
Yep.
23 to Vanguard.
I'm gonna say more.
Okay, that's why you friend set.
Well, that's a PG. That's
yeah, friend set can bounce the card back to hand, so I guess that's why you had the PG.
Yeah, I hit the overtrigger unintentionally, alright?
Soft swing friend set gets +5.
Double check this cost real quick. Choose that +5, blah, blah, blah. And then about choose 1 view regards. Okay. Yeah, so I could just straight up return the perfect card back to hand. So that's not bad. I can see why people run it. I just, because of the nature of this deck to eat cards, because of it being green on deck, I don't agree with friend set. I mean, it can do stuff like this, so there you go. It's good.
Front trigger, power to front row.
End of battle. Mounts the PG back.
The trigger does nothing, by the way.
Swinging Vanguard. Energy
It's gonna need
blast
2
3,
cards
choosing
at
1,
minimum.
2 into soul.
Get +10. Yep.
Gets +10 to drive.
Surprisingly, I'm also going to say no guard here.
You need counterblast.
First check.
Oh, wait, restand, yeah.
You don't reset. Yeah.
Counterblast 1.
There you go.
Rear guard, it gets +10.
No, it doesn't.
That part's locked to grade 3.
You have to be grade 3.
Yep. The resistance free, but he has to be grade 2. Counter.
Alright, first check.
No guard, yeah.
Crit trigger. Crit to Vanguard. Power to rear guard.
Sure.
Second check. Crit trigger. Crit
Ooh,
to
that's kinda
Vanguard,
nasty.
Power to rear guard. Now I'm feeling a little better.
That's a little nasty right there.
Still missing some key pieces. There you go. That's the piece I need.
Alright, 2 damage,
Why is this?
3 damage. First check, crit power. It's not good.
Still make it
Second
fun.
check. Third check, crit power.
Yeah, the power matches. He's fine here.
40 now.
Uh-huh.
Tink. Go ahead.
Yeah, that would have eaten my hand if I
That's
guarded.
just great play, though.
Granted, next turn is going to be eating my hand, but...
Like,
maybe
Andrew
we
doesn't
can
have
fix it.
cover.
Anyway, stand
He has
and
to
draw.
He's
Oh,
good
yeah,
for
we
us
can
to
definitely fix
especially,
it.
but
K3
him
energy.
going to 5 before grade 3
So we
is
don't need you in hand, so we'll ditch this to ride. On ride skill, we're going
Let's see
to
what
call
he
this back here,
What?
so we can choose a card from my hand.
Here's pause champ. Alright, so I think I know what Phil's going for right here. He's just trying to call the 2 restanders out so he's able to get 5 attacks combo. That's fine, he can still do that by putting her in the front. Like, all you're doing, if you have to call a card over her, that's fine. You're now finding a way to take that same card, put it back in soul once it's drop zone. There was 0 reason to call it as a Vanguard booster. I know you're feeling space for your multi-attack columns, but absolutely 0 reason not to call it as an attacker. You're revealing the fact that you have your 5 attack turn right there, and you're also just getting rid of an unnecessary resource. Like, she can't bind herself, which kind of sucks, but if you don't have optimal turns of 15k attacker still, and then when you have Soul Slayer, you just call it over her, so you go back to Soul, and you have it ready to call again. So, I'm sure he's gonna call a booster. Philip, what? Philip, you know better than us, dude. This card's amazing, though.
Soul, we're going to put a crit trigger into Soul.
Okay, he has Witch ready.
Card. And both Vanguard and it will gain 5k power. I'm not going to be too worried about it because of reasons.
Yep.
Then we're going to use the Vanguard ability. We're going to Counterblast 1.
Calls 3 out here.
Since you're a grade 3, I can call 3 and gain triple drive, which means we're going to be calling 1, 2, 3. And then because we can and we have the energy, we're also going to be calling this. Before we do anything else, we're gonna copy you and
I didn't know what a soul is.
ourselves. So draw 2 cards. Draw 1, draw 2.
I know what a soul is right now.
Not bad.
It's like he doesn't really have too much sub and drops it right now.
For defense reasons, we're gonna overcall this with this.
That's good.
Since you're a grade 3, I'm gonna use its ability. We're
Oh,
gonna
that's
bind
hot.
the crit trigger to give it plus 10k power.
Bro.
She's a good Vanguard booster.
No, this is going to be like an off-camera thing, because I just noticed something I wanted to double-check and make sure I'm not going crazy.
All right. What is it?
All right, this has nothing to do with the game. This is the mat I'm currently playing on.
Oh, no one cares.
Okay. My curiosity is piqued, but I got no clue
Yeah.
what's going on. I'm gonna check my soul real quick. Don't have anything good here.
My shoulder on the
Attacks have to be
table.
that way, so let's hope for the best. We will swing a 20
Swing right away.
to Vanguard first.
I really need to see what the soul is right here. I mean, this column, you put 2 cards back in soul and call 1 out. He only has like 1 target and drops in right now, so he has grade 1. Soul Charger triggers out. He has to, yeah, you can put he has 2 targets, he's good. So you just called over that. That's why you call over her, because he now has 2 grade 2s in there that he's going to call out with that and that. Yeah, this is optimal. You do attack for this column first, just put 2 cards back in soul. Then he has 2 targets to go boom, boom, swing, boom, boom. It's good. It's good. I just would have had better targets ready.
28 to Van, huh?
28 to Van.
I think I'm going to take that one. Crit.
That's huge.
Thank you, defensive triggers, finally.
Not ideal.
They get plus 10s. He'll be fine.
He helped. We're gonna use the grade 1's ability. We're gonna bind it to choose 2 cards.
Yep.
With Direful Dolls from drop and put them into soul.
He just grade 2, right?
Grade 2's ability, Energy Blast 3, bind it. To choose a card from soul, call it to rear guard. With the way we want to do things, we're gonna call this.
Oh, yes. Is that put in soul?
Place ability, we will
Is that put in soul, actually?
1.
Look top 5. Put it into hand. This is why this card is good for early game, but like once you're on your grade 3 turn, it doesn't matter. Because right now he wants cards in soul, not in the field. What's that? I mean, it's decent. It's just like right now it's wasted CD.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost whiff. Add a
There
Direful
she
Doll to hand,
is. There's the wife. He needs this card. This card is like a central piece of the combo. This is you take cards from bind, put back, and drops in whatever it's called.
Let's try best course of action here. We'll swing with Vanguard first.
No, Philip.
This is going to be 21, 31, 36.
Philip. He defensive, he hit defensive. So it's 23. Normally, if he's not triggered, then you swing with Vanguard unboosted first. Grade 2 itself is going to be a 20k. So you could boost for a 28 minimum column. I forgot if the grade 1 gets power. And it's counter to put yourself back in deck. You might want to do that anyways. Because you've already used all your CB for turn at this point. Like, what I'd do here is probably... You boost this column. Swing 28 at Vanguard. It's going to be a 10k guard. Once she binds herself, you're able to call the grade 2 Ride Line Asshole, which is going to make itself a 15k minimum, so he just needs to hit like a trigger to give it enough power to hit a Vanguard or whatever. And that's going to generate another soul, which he just had Liberata in hand. Put Liberata and soul, you're good for next turn, you're solid. And gives Vanguard another +5, so it makes it even bigger hits. So I can see why he's doing this. He's just trying to get the big power column out of the way and go for 4 attack. Turn, I guess, 4. It can still do 5. But you absolutely swing with both of your grade 2s first before you do anything else, just to get the setup.
Triple drive Vanguard.
I will go ahead and PG that.
Alright, cool. So, first check. Front trigger, that'll
Sure.
help a shit ton.
That would have been fine. You wouldn't fine. Your grade 2, after you do this column, your grade 2 is 25k now. You were absolutely fine. Just attacking this column first.
Second check, PG. And then third check, heal trigger, that will help us.
Yeah, you would have been absolutely fine attacking the column first, because you had a 38k beater.
And we're going to go power over here.
You just sacrifice attack completely.
So over here,
You do unboosted.
10k power.
Yeah, that's fine.
40 to Vanguard.
41.
That's fine.
48?
No, 30, that's
The front trigger's not going to affect your next attack, though.
I'm still thinking in Divine Skill mode.
Yeah, I figured.
Good drive checks, though.
38.
So down to 4, you have the perfect guard ready, a couple triggers.
At the end of battle, that attack.
And you have
last 3.
a decent bind zone.
From my soul, call it to rear guard.
That grade 1's a 15k guard, so you basically got trigger, 20k. There you go. This is why I did this first. 100% this time. You do that before the Vanguard attacks.
And draw a card.
Then you have Liberata ready. The only reason you don't do that is just if you want to have Liberata ready to put one of these girls back in.
This is going to be 15, no front trigger effect.
One of these girls then soul back drops in battle.
23 to Vanguard.
I'll take this one. No trigger.
Yeah, 100% you do Vanguard.
So this one, we're going to bind
100%. That's the biggest success.
And
okay, she gets some +5.
On the bottom of the deck to counter charge because we have more enough fucking CB to work with.
Yeah.
Swing over here, give it 10k power for 35 to Vanguard.
38.
Since I gave it the effect, it'll bind itself, and I'll pass the turn.
Stand, charge, draw, Persona Ride.
Just we're going to this turn here. Persona's going to be huge because he has strong 5 attack turn.
It's gonna do a lot.
So they're both playing defensive Vanguard, so it's probably a little bit more defensive just because it's like I say it's Shoji Doji.
You must be joking me.
Yeah, they're both at 4. Both can afford to take 1 and start hard guarding everything. And I need to check his hand size. Hand size determines everything here. Just because he has like 5 procs of Direful Doll, and he has 8 hand, he probably has 7 soul. This side, we got the France set again. The France set does nothing here. Calling anything else. Solid, solid, solid. Okay.
With Balatiel.
You take this.
Balatiel will get +5.
You take this first attack, it's 38k.
And Francette will get +5.
That's 28k.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, why not swing other column, this column, bounce the booster, put those 2 into soul, do the thing, but I see what you're going. You're hoping to hit triggers so the restander can hit with triggers.
Yeah.
That's a surprise tool that we'll be using later.
It's a free 10k when she restands.
And 28 or 38 to Vanguard.
I'm sorry.
38. Oof. I want to have the mentality of I need to potentially take this. 1, to prevent you from healing, and 2, if you start hitting crits, I'm in
100.
position, so I'm going to take this one.
You 100% take the first attack. No, don't proc anything.
Yeah, I did not prep. I put the wrong card from hand into soul. I could have done this so much better.
Yep.
We'll just put this on the Guardian Circle so it goes to drop.
My first thing here is
not
the
that one, actually.
effects.
I have one in drop. We'll just do this one.
Okay.
He has a lot of blocks. You're fine.
So damage check. No trigger.
Now, what Phil's saying is the Liberata, she works on Guardian as well, so that's why I want him to get the Liberata install as fast as possible, just because you call it out with this. She hit swings plus 10, buys herself, you guard with it from there, and then she gets plus 5 shield. But even without that, you just save it for a second attack. What you want to do, best case scenario, is you guard with whatever piece you're still missing on the first attack. Doesn't matter if it hits or not. Second attack, you guard Liberata, and Liberata is going to take that piece that you just put in drop zone and put it back in soul so you're ready for next turn. That's your optimal play.
Swinging Vanguard.
Okay, so it's going to go rear, van,
Energy
van.
Blast 3. Choosing 1,
Rear, van, rear, van, rear.
Put
That's
it to
not
soul. Rear guard's effect will trigger. I will countercharge 1 and draw. Let's see if he'll get plus 10. And a drive.
Yep.
I don't
2033 triple drive.
I don't want to risk it with you, so perfect guard. Thinking what to ditch.
Fill up! Do you see this zone? It doesn't matter if you already perfect guard. You still proc whatever you need. I would probably from here. I get a restand ready. I just chunk one of those at it and then do perfect guard. Because you can use one of these on every single attack that he has, Philip. So you just throw away what you need right now. Next attack you probably want to use one of these two. But you absolutely, I don't care if you're perfect guarding. You proc every single time. That's the right there. I'm sorry.
So perfect guard.
First check. No triggers. Second check. Crit trigger. Ooh.
Crit's huge. You can give it to either one, honestly. I give it to rear guard. Yeah.
Put all effects on her.
Yeah, because they both get 2 attacks from here on.
Abelina.
And Vanguard's going to be getting
And third check.
crit,
No
basically.
I'll be
Perfect
honest,
guard.
I'm a little bit scared of the OT.
No, the PG is what you're supposed to get.
Divine skill. Still a chance. Counterblast 1.
It's going to have a drive check right here.
6 soul.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you want to swing rear guard
Soul
first.
Blast 2.
5.
You want to do rear guard unboosted first.
Yeah, you know, it would have
Then
been really cool if only one was coming out in a future set that I could use. Swinging here.
Unboosted,
I'll
unboosted.
swing. We'll get
Unboosted!
Actually,
There you go.
hit any defenses yet, have you?
You absolutely save the booster for a second attack. No
I'll
reason
swing
not
10,
to.
20, 30, double crit at you.
35.
I'll tell you right now, it would have been
She gets a
better
plus
to
5.
boost, because I'm just going to use this 33.
Yep.
Oh, it's
35.
That's 35, actually.
Yeah, she's 5 static, I forgot.
Use the trigger.
35?
Guard the trigger.
Yep.
Trigger guards it.
28 and guard with the ride line for 38.
Okay.
33. 38, yeah, you're right.
Swinging Vanguard on swing, counterblast 1, restand, gets plus 10.
Next, she's getting 1 drive check here. What are you at?
10, 20, 38.
So, this is a 30k shield right here. 20k shield, makes 33. So do that, and then 43. You just need a trigger, I think, to no pass it? 33, 43, 48. Yeah, single trigger would be a no pass. Or OT pass. But he has to guard with this. He has to guard this on this attack.
I'm
Crit, single drive.
genuinely shit scared of the OT, so we're gonna perfect guard that.
Still proc!
No
Jesus
OT.
Christ.
Or
Philip,
like, oh shit.
you're better than this.
On swing, she
You
was
still proc. I'll give you perfect guard. You still proc it.
10, 20, 30, 40, 58. Double crit.
Is it? Ooh, fuck, 58.
Yeah.
58 means I would need to get to 63 to guard that. Well, perfect
I
guard
don't know what the
goes.
fuck I'm doing here.
Philip!
There you go.
Dude, I'm sorry. I know you probably knew this deck. You might not know all the sauce, but you see how you have a giant bind zone here? Including 2 Recyclers and 2 Restanders? I don't care if you just drop 3 PGs that turn to save yourself. You still proc him. You can proc him for every single battle. All you're doing by not doing this is you're denying yourself resources in your graveyard for if you play like Best Girl this turn or have another one of these ready to boost. Like, these 2 pieces are what's going to start your engine up and give you every resource you need. I don't even know if you have a soul right now. You might not even have a good soul. That was a complete throw, Philip. I don't have the rest of the match yet, but not proccing every attack, that is an absolute throw. I'm sorry. Ran over.
Sure is.
Alright, stand. Gain 3 energy and draw. Not good. Let's hope the second draw is going to be better. Persona Ride. Draw.
It needs to be better.
Yes!
You don't have soul set up.
Okay, cool. So, what's going to happen is we're going to call this grade 3 down first.
Yes! Because that you need to have one of those pieces ready. Because she will put that back in soul.
Into my soul. It'll be the multi-attacker.
Hey, you have one ready. You're good.
And then we're going to use the Vanguard's ability.
You need to find a way to have Liberator in soul.
Call 3 cards. Out of soul.
You don't want to call 3 cards right here.
1, calling 2, calling 3. So this
Yeah.
will die.
That's exactly why, Philip. If you guarded any of these other attacks, proc any other time, you shove her in, boom, first Liberator is going to put that in soul. You call that out off the android so that, and then this column's ready to go, you could now put the other Liberator back in soul and call it the other Liberator to get your loop going. That, right there, not having that ready, absolutely makes a world of difference on everything else that's going to happen for this turn.
When this is placed again, choose a card from my draw, put it into my soul. With the way things are going.
Other Liberator. Other Liberator right here.
Very much like you back in soul.
Thank you. Because that's going to be a target for the grade 2. And then she can put another card back in soul.
With this. Actually,
sure.
Sorry, I will not put the grade 3 into soul. This is a drop.
Yes, you do put the grade 3 in soul.
So this grade 3, I will put a heal trigger into soul.
Throw.
That way I can use this grade 1's ability, bind this heal trigger. To
but what's your soul now? Power. Do you have anything in soul you want to call with the grade 2?
I have nothing. Because we drew lucky.
You need to have something in soul to call.
Forward 38 to Vanguard.
I mean, you're still fine. You're still fine. You still do that to put these back in soul.
18. Ugh.
It's an okay play.
I'm gonna have to take something, so I might as well take this one. See what happens. No OT.
No trigger? Okay.
At least now I can.
It's good for Philip.
Exactly.
So she's going to be looking at 28k Vanguard for the rest of the turn.
Bind it. Choose 2 cards from my drop, put them into soul.
There you go. Liberator.
A grade 3, definitely.
Thank you.
And sure, we'll put this grade 2 because it can prove itself later down the road.
See, but honestly, we'll put the starter in soul. Just say I have another booster ready.
Put those 2 into soul.
Yeah, this calls out Liberator. Liberator's going to put another card in soul.
We're going to call that grade 3 out.
Thank you.
When that grade 3 is called, we will choose a crit trigger, put it into soul.
Sure. I would choose a starter, but...
Next turn, if there's a next turn.
Yeah, you're saying up for Wish again. That's fine.
Swing with Vanguard for 20, 30, 33, 41 triple drive.
Yummy.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and PG that.
Alrighty. First check, grade 1. Second check, grade 3. Third check? Ooh, that's not good.
You can whiff.
Why would we hit triggers? Like those are.
You can whiff. You've been soul charged a lot of triggers.
Those are a figment of our imagination.
I mean, again though, look at this.
Alright, since that's the case,
Look at this big old zone right here. This is your hand, Philip. What's there? That's not your hand. That's your second hand. This is your hand for guarding. That's your hand for calling things that you don't have combos ready for. That's your hand. That's your hand. That's your hand. That's your hand. And on his turn, that's your hand, and that's your hand. So your hand is a little weird in this deck, because you effectively always have at least 2 of them.
We're going to give it plus 10k power. I'll just read this one more time. If you do
plus 10 binds itself, and you can counterblast draw card.
Okay, so it will still trigger. Cool.
I would draw that now.
This is going to be...
I get the draw card off at once.
33, 41 Vanguard.
41?
41.
W 33, 48. 30 is next number. Of course, 20k shield.
The grade 1, I'm going to bind this.
No.
This thing plus 5k power, and then we're going to bot that.
No, you're fine either way.
The counter charge. And then this thing will still activate. I can counterblast 1.
What?
To draw a card.
We have to get judge rolling on that. So my premium builds, I basically replaced her bind with the bind for Ravana, or whatever the Gear Chronicle card is. Because it says at the end of the battle, bind this unit. So I think you have to bind her off her own effects to get the Counterblast draw card. If not, though, judges down below. I'm going to send this to you boys. Let me check comments real quick. Does anyone comment on this? Absolutely no one's commented so far except for me. This Counterblast 1 draw card, I think it has to be off her own effects. Could be wrong, though. And if I'm wrong, Thank you for this combo. I will absolutely be using it.
And then same thing here, give it plus 10k power,
Yep.
making this 38.
You draw both. You need a hand right now. He's got what?
I have to take it.
Here's this. Well, he's taking it. Hold on. I'm just looking at hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7 and 9 is a decent hand. You need to have a PG in here somewhere for him being at 5 damage or whatever, but 7 and 9 is decent if you don't want to use your counter blast up. He's taking it though. This might be game.
Alright, either I heal out or I die. Nope.
GG, dude. Okay. What we say on the outro for freaking watching a fight. Good game on both their sides. It could have gone a little smoother for Direful Dolls if Philip had remembered to use his guard procs. Mainly because it works once per battle, so even if you already have a perfect guard, even if you only get hit, you still want to use something just to get your setup ready. Because at that end of that game, he has 2 Liberatos here, and, well, he will have once that goes up there, but each one of those is going to get a +5 shield thanks to Androl's ability, so it's still an 18k shield for a little guy attack. That said, the Liscafael play was perfect. There's nothing I can say about that once he remembered to actually use the grade 1, because you always use the grade 1, and I approve these builds. The only thing I don't approve of is Philip using White OT. You don't need the field control. He's still running the Hurry card, which is an on-hit retire. So you do have some built-in control there. The deck is also a very aggressive deck, so you don't really care about control. But just having a little more controls, I would much rather be using the correct overtrigger just to constantly give you Vanguard pressure, because as you saw there, your numbers are always going to hit. You make massive numbers in dolls. You have like 4 or 5 attacks turns, so. That's one of the strengths there. Shoji Doji learned from Direful Dolls. Direful Dolls walks, so Shoji can drive. Or whatever the hell that thing is. Like I said at the beginning, if you guys enjoy this kind of content with the watch-along, criticize, match thing, whatever, let me know. I'll go try to shout out on X Twitter to see which content creators are cool with this, with me just farming, because let's be real. And of course, if you want to see my gameplay, we got some down below, we got some wherever it is. I want to get some more of those up. You guys seem to like those videos. But until next time, thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to help support me on this channel, make sure to drop a Ko-Fi tip. I don't know, I was going with that one. Or, of course, check out my page on TCG Player, like I said at the top. And always, embrace the infinite. Why am I don't know how I'm ending this. We got some more videos coming soon, guys. Just keep watching. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Bye. I guess I should finish watching the outro section, whatever.
I die. Damn. And then I over-triggered.
It's Greedon, it's Greedon. I told you this deck is literally Greedon as a cat girl. All you had to do was live till 7, like an actual Greedon player. Hashtag greedy for Greedon. Hashtag Gaming Circus. They're both in the down there. This deck is literally Greedon.